So you notice I'm not in front of a stand right now for an ADAS calibration. This is a 2024 Mazda CX-50. The front bumper was damaged and had to be removed, which means we're going to have to go ahead and calibrate the radar. This one does not use a traditional static calibration, but it does use a dynamic, and we're going to go ahead and do that right now. Of course, make sure your tires are set to the correct pressures. We want to avoid, if you can, rain or snow. It will possibly cause it to take longer or fail. Make sure there's no too much weight or anything like that. I'm in a safe parking lot right now. So we are in dynamic learning mode. So we're going to drive the vehicle now. You've got to be 3 miles per hour or more. You've got to have some deceleration speeds. We want straight lines, and we want lots of different things on the sides of the road as well. We want landmarks. You want lines on the road. You want signage. You want cars. You want all of these things to help speed along the process of being in calibration mode. Once you find your preferred route, that'll probably be the route you stick with when you can find one that gives you all of those options that help you get this to go as fast as it possibly can. The less objects you have, the longer it's going to take to do this. And you can also see right now in my cluster that I'm in calibration mode. So I can kind of keep an eye on that instead of really watching my tablet. Of course, stay buckled up too. Be safe while you're doing these. You can see on your tablet that we're displaying the progress bar as we're driving. I try not to glance at it a whole lot, trying to keep my eyes focused on what I'm doing here. But right now, we're about 3 minutes into the dynamic calibration. It said give it about 15, but we're already 80% through. 2-lane roads are the best. And you can see my screen, my display on my dash over here is no longer in calibration mode. That's how I know I successfully completed the calibration on this. We are doing a blind spot calibration on a 2024 Mazda CX-50. The rear bumper was damaged, and of course, per Mazda, it is recommended to recalibrate those blind spot sensors. Now, like I said, I don't need the frame to do this. All I need is my tablet to be able to do this and a lot of time to drive it. We're going to start with the left-hand side, and we're going to go through that so you can see how long it takes and get an idea of what it's looking for. And we repaired or replaced the rear bumper. Again, make sure that your tire pressures are set. We want to avoid snowy weather, avoid calibration in tunnels or on bridges. Make sure everything is installed correctly and no abnormal weight in the car. Again, this one says about 15 minutes to do that. Ensure the ignition is on, which we are, and it's entered the dynamic learning mode at this point. So we're going to drive this. And the calibration was successful. That is a very quick calibration to do on this vehicle. You may remember in the past that Mazda had you use the corner cube. They've started using a little bit more of a dynamic process to do their calibrations now. So I didn't use the corner cube, so you might be wondering why that was, but Mazda has changed that process. Now the same would go for the right rear. It is also that quick, so it won't take you long to do. Just make sure you have a good environment to do your test drive on, and of course stay safe. Make sure you have your post scan ready and check for any DTCs that may have occurred during the calibration. And last but not least, make sure to test drive it to make sure the system's operating as designed, that it's seeing the cars as it's supposed to when they're in that blind spot area. For more content, make sure you check out the Autel Academy. not just ADAS stuff there, lots of other good topics, including diagnostics that you can access and gain more knowledge on. But for now, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next calibration.